Didn't see there.
Hello.
Hello, papá, ¿dónde está mi queso? Means, Father, where is my cheese? In Spanish.
You're very knowledgeable.
Is that a word?
Knowledgeable?
Knowledgeable? I mean, like, it can be used in that.
I'm not entirely sure.
Knowledgeable is a word.
I mean,
No, I'm not very... What's the word for when you know something in a certain area? I don't know.
Knowing.
No, I'm not very knowing in the area of whether or not knowledgeable is a word.
Well, Ted, what do you think?
I don't like words.
You don't like words?
No, I like
telepathy.
Telepathy? I understand everything you're saying right now.
Sick. Okay. Alright, that's a pretty good idea.
Good idea is a brain trust your brain can trust. It's a comedy podcast where we find real actionable solutions.
Sorry, creative.
Oh my fuck. Where we find creative, actionable solutions to your real life problems.
I'm Aiden Kinsella.
I'm Bradley Berklich.
I'm Biggie Cheese 69.
Okay, Biggie Cheese 69. Could you say your real name?
Hi, I'm Theo Berklich.
And
this
is Good Idea. Thank you, Ted, for joining us. Hello. Thank you, Ted, for joining us. Welcome.
Ted, do you want to, just before we launch into this episode, you want to just give us the lowdown on everything Ted and Ted Associated?
Ted Associated is a company that I would buy stock in. I gotta say, I have a lot of faith in Ted. Ted, tell us about yourself.
I'm Ted. I'm a conservative white male. I am independent.
Could you be louder? Could you be louder?
I'm like 5 feet tall. I'm not very loud. Okay.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
There's that one really short guy in your grade. He's super loud.
There's like what, like 3 people that I know shorter than me in high school?
Oh, you mean Megaphone?
Megaphone kid?
Yeah, Megaphone kid, you know. We just call him Megaphone.
What a funny meme. Okay, can we like talk about some things?
Ted is my brother. That's basically, aside from that, the one...
Proper shoes for horses?
I don't think we have no proper shoes for
proper
horses.
shoes.
Is that Jason? Thank you, Jason, on Facebook for submitting the prompt of proper shoes for horses. We need to figure out some proper shoes for horses. I actually invented a game yesterday that could really use this because the object of the game, it is called horse shoes.
Okay.
It is, this is not a joke. I did invent this game yesterday when I started writing a manifesto with my friend.
Is it the throwing one?
It's like the throwing one, but it's instead of horseshoes, it's horse shoes. And it's a game that takes place over 2 days and 1 night. The night is in between the 2 days. It's not like a separate thing. First day, all parties, all players or teams or whatever, their goal is to spend the day capturing as many horses as they can and subduing them long enough to remove their shoes, their horseshoes, and then holding on to them through the night. At nighttime, you sleep, make sure the horses don't run away. The next day, everyone congregates sort of in the same fenced-in field, make sure the fences are high enough so the horses don't, leave. It just it doesn't have to be fenced in if you wanted to do like a street horseshoes game. And then everyone cuts the ropes and lets all their horses go. And the object of the game is to use the horseshoes you commandeered the day before to throw them onto the legs of the moving horses, and you can only throw them onto your horses. So the more horses you capture, the more targets you have and the more shoes you can throw.
That's not possible.
The number of times you ring a horseshoe, the more points you get. So essentially, it's horseshoes, and it's the dumbest game ever. But the horses need something to run on when the horseshoes are gone. So they need horseshoes.
So I read somewhere online that horses' legs are essentially just big fingers because they're all tendon and no muscle, and that the hoof is just a nail. So at our house upstairs we have these little booties we put on furniture.
Those?
Yeah, those little things that are like sort of like imagine a fingerless glove, but take away the glove and just keep the fingers. So essentially we just put them in gloves, but just for one finger. What is that? I don't...
Gloveless fingers.
Gloveless
Well, no,
fingers?
that's not right.
I think that it'd be like, like those boots kind of things that have like the shoe, but then like the laces go like up the leg. Like that, but without the shoe and just the laces.
It's just shoelaces. We just tie the horse up in shoelaces.
Yeah.
That's good, and you could use that same string to hold on to them the night before. Consider the following: if each one of those is essentially a finger, then each one might as well be a toe, right? Put the whole horse inside.
Just a big hand?
A horse is just a big foot. A horse is just a big foot, and you put the entire horse inside a giant Nike shoe. And what's great is when you buy a pair of them, you can use them for 2 horses, and the head sticks out where the leg would go.
At our old house, this is a fun story. We used to live in Chicago, as many people know. When we moved, people asked if I could make blood with my hands. I couldn't. I didn't know what that meant. It's a gang sign. I'm educated now. But we had some renovations. That's not the right word.
Renovations.
We
had some renovations.
What is that? Okay, stop.
Renovations.
Okay, the word done in our house, and we had an architect come in, and he tried to put this enormous, weird gazebo thing on the back of our house, and we couldn't figure out where it was from, and it was from the demolished Nike store downtown. He tried to take architecture from an old Nike store and attach it to the back of our, Tudor revival thing, and currently it's sitting, on the beach next to Lakeshore Drive, which is kind of fun, because
nice.
we didn't take it.
So, Brad, I know what Tudor revival is because I'm very well educated. Could you, for the listeners, explain what Tudor revival is?
So a long time ago, these people called the Tudors.
That's kind of a gross name.
Tudors.
Oh.
Kind of. Okay, thanks, Ted. They ruled England.
Okay.
And so they made a style of house after them.
Is that like Mary?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then many years later, the Tudors were resurrected, and they built more houses. And we have one of the houses.
Housers.
I can't fucking speak today.
We got one of them houses.
I'm coming off kind of a bad cold right now. I should be in Northfield, Minnesota right now singing for an audition, but I literally can't hit any of my high notes. So
That's the thing. You actually are doing that right now. You're just so, feverish that you think you're recording Good Idea in your basement.
Ooh, can I be dad?
Sure, you can be dad.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Okay, yeah.
Doodles.
Come on, be dad.
Okay. You're dumb.
You're
dumb.
just it?
You're dumb.
You're dumb.
You're
dumb?
just dumb. Yeah.
Thanks, Ted. You're a real motivation booster. So this isn't really our dad. It's sort of your take on a dad.
You're dumb.
It's your take on a dad that's just like a second grader insulting one of his classmates.
You're dumb.
It's not even a dad anymore.
You're not my dad.
You're
Man,
not my
that
dad. Go away or something.
Man, little Timmy in the second grade class, I hear he really gets around. He's got a lot of kids.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Oh, wait.
We were talking about the fact I can't.
You can't. Yeah, poor Bradley is very sick. And we had mentioned something about, laces, like tying up a horse or in bondage gear.
Oh, I find that.
I think bondage between a
vaguely
mother and
aroused.
child is very important.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Physical or mental?
Oh, in my pocket somewhere I had a fork.
Oh, that's him? That's not yours.
It's mine.
No, Dad showed it to me first.
What?
There was this fork. It was in the, I don't know what you call it. The ceiling of the basement. And
do I not
he,
have this
took
anymore?
it out. And
I think that the ceiling of the basement is called the first floor.
No, it was the space between the first floor and the basement.
Space between.
Here's the fork.
It's that.
And anyway, this is a fun story.
Did you get that from that bakery?
What bakery?
With that fork?
For those of
we
whom
did go to a fork.
that cannot see the bakery, or fuck, the fork, it is bent.
We found a really badly bent fork.
Our basement. Like a hand.
It does look like a hand. It's freaky. It's silver. It's really old. Our basement used to be a speakeasy in the 1920s. We're located in Lake Forest, 30 miles north of Chicago. Big home for rich people who like alcohol in the 1920s. Essentially, this is where F. Scott Fitzgerald fell in love with a girl, couldn't get her, and then wrote The Great Gatsby. That's what this town is, so we're living on borrowed time, essentially.
What do you mean living on borrowed time?
Town should have been gone a long time ago.
Oh, you've explained this to me and I don't understand it.
It's cool. It's an interesting phenomenon.
Ted is pointing at, I think, a protein shake that's sitting next to me as Bradley's telling this story.
Gimme.
It is 30 grams of protein. There are no artificial growth hormones in it, don't worry. Ted would be bigger than he is now. And it is caramel flavored. Caramel flavored protein shake, which is like really funny. And Daddy needs his milk, so
Daddy
I'm just gonna toss
needs
that
his
over.
milk.
Nice catch. So Bradley, continue. We have a fork, a speakeasy. We're recording in a speakeasy.
My theory is that this fork was part someone sitting in a speakeasy in 1920 in my basement, essentially, bent this fork. Like, when we moved in, there was a big... I swear I've told this before, that there was a big sort of portrait of...
mural.
Yes.
A mural of the flapper on the wall.
It was, like, really nasty.
It was kind of nasty. It was, like, painted on wood, and he was like, "Oh, I kept it for."
So for artistic understanding, where do you keep it now?
He took it.
Damn,
The
do you
guy
know where
who-
he lives?
I think he opened up a summer camp.
No, he's
I'm not even joking about that. I think he opened up a summer camp called Nirvana.
No, I don't think it was a joke because it was such a fast response, and there was no hint of sarcasm in your voice.
No, and he still comes here. Like, Dad sees him, like, on the, like, beach, like, fishing. He said he was going to Michigan.
He like reels in another big painting. I found one.
Check it out.
It got discarded and fell off that pirate boat.
He's not like
Russian.
a hair surgeon. I'm such a piece of mess today.
I am also such a piece of mess today.
I am just...
Here, let's pick another prompt.
The horse question.
Just don't. They don't need, like, shoes.
Bondage.
There was some with bondage, some with socks.
Big Nike shoe.
Big Nike shoe. We moved to a gazebo.
Stupid horse game.
Fuck, horses don't need shoes. They've lived forever without shoes. What
No,
the
man.
fuck you trying to pull, Jason?
Jason, come on. We are too mean to Jason.
We are too mean to Jason. Here, let's pull one. I'll pull
Horses
one.
absolutely need shoes.
Not in real life.
What if... Oh, yeah, but they do. I think they need the new Yeezys.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeezys in the front, Jordans in the back.
Yeezy is such a terrible name.
It does kind of sound like
It sounds
Kanye
like-
West is
yeah,
hacking at you.
Kanye West.
Yeezy! And you're like, oh.
Yeezy.
And you're kind of like, oh, I'll make a shoe.
A chew.
A shoe. If
A
you like.
shoe.
A shoe. And you're like, a shoe. Yes. That's probably where he got that from.
I'm sorry, what? Are you sneezing? No.
A shoe. A Tumblr prompt we have been given is by user Submerged Castle, which is if you give a horse a cookie.
So we're going to talk about horses.
So we're going to talk about horses again.
I'm pretty sure if you give a mouse a cookie, it like takes a bath in the sink or whatever, and then it throws the cookie at you because it wants 2 cookies.
Wasn't the mouse like a little bitch?
And that's
The mouse
why...
is kind of a little bitch, and then the mouse knocked over like the milk carton and cried about it, and that's where the saying "don't cry over spilled milk" come from.
Appeasement never works. You just have to kill the mouse. So it doesn't want more cookies.
If you give a mouse a cyanide-laced cookie,
If you give a mouse a poison cookie...
Ooh. Wait, no, what do you call them? Poisonous potatoes? Yeah.
is this
Was
Minecraft?
that a Minecraft joke?
Is this Minecraft?
Why do we always come to Minecraft with you on this show? We don't
It's not even
play
just with
Minecraft.
Ted on this show. I feel like we come to Minecraft a lot. No, it's just with Ted on this show.
It is, because the last time we did the whole Mine Diamonds bit.
Mine.
No.
Within the last, month, I've had at least 2 Minecrafting sessions that went over 2 hours long. Most recent, one of them we listened to Minecraft parodies the entire time. My favorite is "Join Me, Stevie" parody of "Call Me Maybe." I really enjoy that
That
one.
sounds fucking horrifying.
Oh, it's
'cause
atrocious. It's garbage.
No, I'm picturing 2 spaceships docking. Join me, Stevie, and
There's no spaceships, but there is a lot of sort of stronghold imagery.
I'm trying to figure out what context.
Stronghold. It's like there's, what, like 6 of them spawn in the world, you know?
Yeah, there's strongholds, but she's like, and here's my stronghold. So join me, Stevie. And the whole thing, they're like walking around this sort of relatively mob infested but extremely well structurally built, very good looking sort of castle grounds type environment. It's relatively entertaining. If you have a few minutes to torture yourself, look up Join Me Stevie. I've listened to it probably 6 or 7 times.
How did we get here?
It's ironic.
It's like,
you like Glowstone?
You're my Glowstone. I can't say.
You know what's better than Glowstone? Redstone Active.
No, like what's
I'm
that?
Redstone Active. I'm Redstone. Like Minecraft parodies are such just like a rich vein of humor.
You have to have a very high IQ to understand Minecraft parodies.
That's true. You cannot understand all the jokes about. There's like 2 things in Minecraft parodies. It's like creepers. Oh no. And it's like creepers and like cake, and those are the 2 things they talk about in Minecraft parodies.
You gotta understand. I think we're not millennials. We're Generation Z, and I feel like that can be called the Minecraft generation because I really do kind of think a decent amount of us grew up on Minecraft. Like we all had like
On Minecraft, we grew up on Minecraft.
Everybody was high on craft cocaine all the time. It was everybody. We grew up on it. It was
shit.
just. It was our drug.
There was something with horses. What did we do with horses? Like
It's like a VH1 special, like the Minecraft generation. Where are they now?
If you
give a horse a cookie,
The
It
creepers.
just eats
The creepers. They were our drug, and I mean, we wanted more.
so
And then like sad music plays, and it like pans over like a bunch of old footage of kids, but it's like not bad footage because it was filmed during the Minecraft generation. So it's like relatively new footage of kids like staring at their screens, eyes glazed over. It's like, so this is our faction on the ODA Craft server, and
so we have failed to.
I played Minecraft for 4 hours
It
on the
eats
Xbox
the cookie.
yesterday.
Nothing happens. It eats the cookie.
Okay, you
Hold on,
really
hold on. How
want
do
to
you
tell
craft-
Tumblr users
No, you
submerge Sasquatch that?
You can
Castle
you can
that?
craft a cookie in Minecraft. It's
And
like
horses will eat them,
cocoa.
right? I think it's just like cocoa, sugar, probably.
It's cocoa, sugar, maybe like
Milk?
milk, and then like wheat. I don't know, maybe like a.
You don't even
4x4.
put milk in cookies, but I guess
Yes,
you
you
put
do.
butter in cookies.
You put milk.
No.
You can.
Yeah, you could.
You
Could.
you
Can't
could.
stop me.
I said you don't, is what I said, not you can't.
I woo.
I woo. I woo. I will.
I sound like Dylan Moran's character on Black Books, who's constantly drunk.
No, you.
What is Black Books?
It's a funny television show on BBC.
Do you know what else
Ah.
is funny?
It's also on
television
Netflix. You can watch it, I think. What's
show?
it fun?
Naruto.
Thanks for the input. I'm so glad you're
Thanks,
here.
Chad. I love Naruto. So let's discuss this. There are horses and cookies in Minecraft.
You can't feed a horse. I mean, if you do...
I don't know that you can actually feed a horse a cookie in Minecraft, so then what does the horse do with it? I think does it just like float there?
Like,
I think
are
it
you
eats
talking
out.
like right click it or cue it?
I mean, depends. You try to right click the horse, it doesn't eat the cookie because maybe Minecraft isn't
then
programmed
it
that
doesn't
way.
eat it.
You put it there, just wait. The horse just sort of like stands by it, and then it like despawns after 5 minutes or whatever.
And then you
This
kill
is
the
a very depressing episode.
It's
Nothing
depressing.
like
Why?
having-
Well, no, the horse doesn't get the cookie and
Horses
it just despawns.
horses.
The horse
suck.
doesn't get the cookie, and then you tie it up in laces and put it in a big shoe.
Horses are kind of controversial.
I hate horses. There's nothing interesting.
We knew a girl who has since graduated who was very big on horses.
Oh yes, we do.
They're kind of a controversial topic. Not a lot of people like horses. Me and Ted rode horses when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically one horse.
My horse just followed Brad's horse.
Here's a fun fact: I don't even know what horses look like. I've never seen a horse.
Picture a big foot.
Just like let's just all like die so we can
God
end
damn it.
this sadness.
My mouth dropped open so hard at Aiden's blissful that I just drooled on myself because I said a giant horse. Just picture a giant foot and Aiden went, and my mouth opened so hard I just spit on myself.
It had the desired effect.
Did
God
you
damn.
just having a quick shart?
I just had a quick
A
shark.
real
What?
quick shart. Hold up, guys. We gotta stop the episode. We gotta have a quick shart.
Okay, so you know what's not funny? Poop humor.
It's not.
It's
something
funnier
else.
when your little brother shot espresso at his nose yesterday because
Espresso? It's espresso.
There's no X.
You degenerate fool. Alright, we're good now.
So I've just witnessed an assault.
you've witnessed a murder. I am Lance Constable Senior Huckleby, and someone has killed this man with a pillow.
Was it like a smothering or?
I don't know. I just showed up. There's a pillow here coated in blood.
Okay, well, I watched him get beat up, but I don't think you can kill somebody with a pillow just by beating him up with just like your physical strength on a pillow.
Who did it?
Who did? Theodore Berklich.
Theodore, I need to testify. You must come here.
Wait, okay, so I have a prompt I want to do, but I also just want to bring up an idea I had earlier today. I was at the mall. I was in Gamers World because I'd love to go there and look at all the games. And I saw Golden Girls Clue, which is very important to me.
Okay.
All variations of Clue are very, very funny. I really like Big Bang Theory Clue. Who betrayed Sheldon? Where, like, that's a thing that exists. Golden Girls Clue is like, who ate the last piece of cheesecake? Where did they do it? And what clue did they leave to... And I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what would be better? If it was Golden Girls Clue and it was who killed Blanche.
Yeah, it was just who killed.
Who killed Blanche? And then you play the game and it always ends with like, it was old age in the foyer. And but I don't think it always has to end with old age, but I kind of like the idea that that's a possible outcome. So not only do you have to figure out which of the other players
there's a character.
There is... I thought about there being a character of old age, but then I'm like, no, that doesn't really work because you can't kill the concept of old age. So I think what it ends up being is it's like, you have to figure out if it's one of the other players or if it was another cause of death. And I think there's like a 50% chance it could be either. It could be like a broken hip at the bottom of the stairs. Maybe like a stray bullet from the live studio audience member with a gun. I don't know if that show is filmed with a. I guess it wouldn't be stray. It probably would have been intentional at that point. They really didn't like the Golden Girls. They really don't like old ladies.
Who are the Golden Girls?
We need to explain the Golden Girls to Ted.
I don't know the names of any of the Golden Girls, so why don't you
They're
explain
not hot. There's
speak for yourself.
Betty White, Blanche, the really old one,
Blanche sucks. That's
and
a
the
terrible
slut.
name. Who names their slut?
No, that is literally their names. Strong-willed Dorothy, Spacey Rosie, Lusty Southern Belle Blanche, and Matriarch
No, Blanche
Sophia.
is the slutty one.
Blanche is the best one. Dorothy was killed by the matriarch Sophia with her purse in the dining room. Rose smothered Blanche in the bedroom with a pillow. Well, it would have to be like one of those memory foam pillows that old people have.
Yeah, maybe heated. Somebody adjusted the number so significantly on my sleep number bed that it just crunched me in its two halves.
That's good. Blanche in her sleep number bed that she has to readjust depending on all the men she has over. Like,
oh my gosh.
What do you like, my dear?
No, they have like the way that they do it.
I'm
is,
partial to sleep number setting 69.
No, like the bed has two different sides, right? So each one does.
Yeah, but they're on one side of the bed.
Oh.
So, you know what I like the most about Golden Girls Clue, but better? Real Golden Girls Clue?
Yeah.
If you watch the show, all they do is make fun of each other with really snarky comments, so I think it's very, very possible that they do not like each other at all.
It'll be good, yeah. But in the end, it's really about friendship. You little shithead! Ted just took my fidget cube!
Gotta love fidget cubes.
Okay, we promise.
Ted, you can't...
I can do whatever I want, okay? Today is my episode, or whatever.
It is Ted's episode.
Yeah, but you can't, it makes noise.
You said, okay, fine then. Look, I'll only press the buttons that don't make the noise. Ooh, can you hear that?
That was an educated guess.
Give me the fidget cube.
Bradley's got the fidget cube back.
I've got the fidget cube back. We're good.
So are we done? Are we done with Golden Girls Clue?
I think we are. I think it's a great idea.
I think it's really fun.
I think we've explored
I think it's actually just a good idea.
Thank you, Ted. So Keegan has sent us a prompt, and I think it was a genuine question. So this might be a serious idea or not. It doesn't really matter. But I would love to actually try to answer the question.
I will treat it with all the levity it deserves.
Fair point. So from Keegan, I have a prompt that needs a solution if you ever need one. An actionable way to get people in your group project to actually work. This could be anything from sort of the corporate world to school, and I think we could to just sort of like people in a friend group that are just you're just trying to organize stuff. You know, how do you make people you're working with
work?
how do you-
Actually,
yeah.
I had a situation very similar to this recently in my biology class. I was in a group and no one did any work, and I fixed this by constantly deleting my group members' names from the start of it so that they would have to log on every day and write them back.
Did they start doing work?
Yeah, because they had to keep on logging on, and they're like, well, I'm here, I might as well fill out this one slide, right? So you just like...
You know that feeling when you're here, so you might as well just...
Yeah, like, it's like, because in band, which is the thing that I do, I play the clarinet. I'm a kick-ass clarinet, you better know that. I'm actually not, I'm really bad. But, like, no one practices at home, but, like, when the instruments are out and they're in the room, everyone is, like, constantly playing when the teacher's talking. So it's like, I'm here with my instrument, I might as well practice. So it's like, I'm here, I had to rewrite my name in the group project so that I get credit.
I'm here at the Container Store, so I might as well just buy like 50 boxes.
That's really kind of funny to me, Ted, that you did that. I've always had that sort of problem where nothing gets done in group projects, especially in freshman year biology.
Freshman year biology. Because
I gotta say,
idiots,
real quick, call out post to Zach Morgan. Fuck you, asshole. Freshman year biology, we had a huge thing, dude. You didn't do shit. And the way I got back at you for that was I didn't do shit either, but I just made you think I didn't do it. So I came in and you were all panicked because you're like, hey, where's that thing you were supposed to do? And I'm like, oops. And you sat through half a class period really worried. And that was a good revenge. It was me and Garrett Buccelli. We dunked on Zach Morgan.
Dog.
I love this prompt. Keegan, thank you for a good prompt. Because I can relate very heavily to this. Ted, I really like your idea.
I also kind of like made like really offensive warnings, warnings. Hi, I'm Theo Berklich and I speak English. I made like offensive things, like I was doing mine on like Fragile X syndrome, and I changed it to like every single Fragile X to Fragile XD syndrome.
Why is that offensive?
Because it's like a really serious genetic disorder, and it's just Fragile XD.
Fragile XD.
Okay.
Hey, I'm here at Bradley's house. I might as well just unplug all of the things that are plugged in.
I might as well just go around and eat all of his Nilla wafers. I think that's...
Oh my god, I love Nilla.
Hey, I'm here at Bradley's house. I might as well drain their LaCroix supply. Hey, I'm here...
Do that anyway.
I'm here at Bradley's house.
I might as well record good idea.
Hey, I'm here at Bradley's house. I might as well cut off all of Ted's hair.
I kind of like my hair, actually.
I just really like the idea that just being in a place, you just sort of decide to do something there. You don't go there to do something. You end up there. You might as well just do this. Just might as well.
That's what happened today. I'm like, hey, I'm in the basement. I might as well record an episode because I gotta get it out of the way. I'm not doing. This is not my personal choice to do this, by the way.
We're going.
I was forced.
I asked you to as a
you were
nice.
Like, Brand, you need to do the. I need my guest for my podcast.
I wanted to get my little brother to do the school musical because I'm going to be a freshman in college next year and I'm not going to be here. We will be separated
for life. This is like actually the end. Straight up, it's never going to be the same.
Yeah, but this is here. Hey Ted, I love you. I love you, man. You're my little brother. You drive me nuts sometimes. And I want to do things with you, but we don't get much time. So this is us doing stuff.
Dope.
Aww. That was nice.
That was a very heartfelt response.
Serious moment.
I'll remember the dope you just gave me there for the rest of my life.
Hey, dude, I love you. Awesome sauce!
I get told that a lot. Like, I'm called Jesus multiple times a day. By just, like, people.
Are you, like, in the pool walking on top of the water? Like, is that a thing you're doing?
Like, I guess I'm just really memorable.
I guess I'm just really good looking.
I guess I just have, like, this awesome long beard and these, like, cool robes and, like, 12 people following me around.
It's just like, people are just like, oh my god, Theo, I love you. You're, like, my favorite person
They did that to me, yeah. It's a funny, interesting thing.
It's a constant stream.
People will treat you as a novelty a lot freshman year. You will gradually have to establish yourself as a serious figure in the school.
I'm not serious. I walk around every single day when I'm walking, after my final class and I have to go home. When I'm walking down the hallway, I always do this.
That's
I did that with my hands.
Pretend to be a train?
Yeah.
on your
Do
way
you just
home?
run into people?
I did that with my hands.
Yeah, Ted, do it again.
Yeah,
Come on,
I
can you
can.
do a good bird call for us?
No, I only know how to do this one thing.
Chicka 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 chicka. Here comes the train! Out of the way! Out of the way! Boom!
Hey.
That was a simulated train accident on Good Idea.
Good idea, train accident simulation.
ASMR.
ASMR? Oh, I can just, I know some good ASMR.
No, okay, we did it last time. Okay.
That's good ASMR. I think it's gonna hurt my ears when I edit
It's
it.
some pretty good ASMR.
You just hit the mic with your milk carton, asshole.
So Keegan, I've been fortunate enough that I've been in a lot of relatively good, group work groups, and I find the best way to get people in your group project to actually work, especially when you can pick your groups, which I think the older you get in this world and the sort of the more professional things you're doing, the more you do kind of end up working with people who are sharing your desire to sort of succeed, you know, at least if you're working in an environment where the people want to be working there, I suppose. But like if you're in like an AP class, say, and you're going to do group work, the people in there are going to be more able to do that group work because you're working with people who are more committed to doing the work for the work's sake. So the best way to get people in your group to actually work is to end up in areas where the groups will actually work and where the people care. Because if you care, you deserve to work with other people who care, and you can only do that by giving that to yourself.
That's like saying, you know, like, how do I get like really good treatment for my cancer? Oh, just don't get cancer.
I don't think it's like that.
Yeah, you're like,
You can put
you're saying,
yourself
like, how do
in
I get
areas
people
where
to
there's
do
good
work
groups.
in my group, and you're just like being a good group.
Ted, it is kind of prevention is the best thing. So like
An
cancer's
ounce of
not
prevention
exactly.
is 10 pounds of.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's right. If you don't go to Plymouth, Massachusetts, where our entire
Plymouth.
yeah, and our grandfather and our mom and our uncle all had cancer.
Uncles.
It'd be the uncle. The other
Actually,
one
the
didn't.
uncle got cancer in a different place.
Yeah, but it's still radiation, dude. So if you don't live where they lived, you're all less likely. So that's a fun fact. So, ounce of prevention, I'm willing to bet that.
Okay.
The other option is, so our friends can occasionally be flakes. Massive, enormous flakes who will never respond to text.
Big
I'm
flaky biscuit.
like a big flaky biscuit
Just
person.
so flaky.
If you listen to this, you're probably not one of those people.
No.
To be super clear, we're not talking about all of our friends.
No.
There are people in the world that are kind of flaky people.
If you look at my text and then go, and then like a week later remember it, you're that person, and I am shaming you publicly, but not because I'm not using your name. Like today, like me and Aiden usually will try to respond text. Like I got a text from Aiden about Battle of the Bands earlier this week, and I was so sick I physically couldn't type a response. And Aiden, I think you assumed that.
Yeah, no, I wasn't worried about it because you are good at that. You are not a problem. So I knew you either didn't get it or couldn't respond.
My thing is when people don't do that, when people don't commit to group work, don't respond to text, stuff like that. You go to their house and you knock and you make them write it down. You get a written signed confession. You make them say it. You make them commit to either being at one thing or not being at another thing. And they're like, oh, I need to ask my mom. Then you ask their mom. You just do it. This is the only way. Go over people's heads if
That's
you have
not
to.
necessarily group work, but it's
just.
But as I said, we can apply it to other things. Also, just bring a whip. Just bring a whip. You will be in charge immediately if you bring a whip, and act with confidence. The first person to act with confidence, the first person to say, this is the direction we're going, is almost always the person who decides what direction you're going.
Can we make fun of people's names that send in questions?
I guess.
Like, give me
Bradley and I tend to refrain from being genuinely rude to the people who support our show, but
Come on, I'm just gonna,
But you can, I guess.
I'm just gonna go on like a huge diss train.
Yeah, you're gonna diss all of them.
Okay, what do
all
we got?
four of
Here,
them.
like Keegan.
there's
let's
more than
just diss
4 now.
them.
We got
What-
probably prompts from 10 or 11.
Who names their
different
kid
sources.
Keegan? Sounds like Muskegon. Okay, isn't that like a place? Just stop.
Oh my god! Ted, there's so much you just don't know or understand.
Is this like, wait, hold on.
You've
Is
just
this like an actual name? I found like something called like the Yu-Gi-Oh dealer. Is that someone's username?
No, that's a prompt. Don't read all of our prompts out loud.
You're like, your Yu-Gi-Oh dealer is giving you prompts, but I don't have a Yu-Gi-Oh dealer. It's not like a drug dealer, although that is the prompt.
Sub me our geek castle.
Submerged Castle, who we
What?
already did a prompt from this episode.
You're
It is
stupid.
a Tumblr username.
Castles aren't submerged. They're built on land.
If you're playing Minecraft and you find one of those underwater temples, I would.
It's not a castle. It's a
kind
pyramid.
of a castle.
So Ted,
It's called an ocean monument. I would
Okay,
know.
all right, Ted. Well,
Esteemed
I
I don't
Minecrafter.
care what it's called because now I got to look it up and find out what the definition
It's
of
an
castle is.
ocean monument. Look up ocean monument. You'll see it.
let's fucking argue about the definition of irony for 85
A fortified
minutes.
structure built in Europe and the Middle East during the Middle Ages by European nobility.
So I guess nothing in Minecraft can be called a castle.
Yeah.
Because they're not built by European
Minecraft
nobility.
castle mod, and then there's like a little asterisk, like, but they're not.
They're not.
They're
It
not.
has to be
They're
built
not.
by European nobility.
European.
So,
Minecraft castle mod. What? That's just Minecraft.
It
That's just
exists.
Minecraft castle mod. It's just
No,
Minecraft.
you just start with like a stack of like stone bricks, and it's just like good luck.
So,
Have fun.
Ted, do you want to pick a prompt? I don't.
Dope. Alright, I'll pick a sick looking prompt. What if preschool kids made their own podcasts? What would it be about?
It would probably like having Ted on the show, honestly.
What?
I actually think that was Keegan's prompt.
Okay, well, thank you, Keegan.
Muskegon.
Hey, can I have the toy?
It'd be a lot.
Not fair!
I don't even want to think about it.
That's me. Fidget cube. I want
That is you with a fidget cube. That's a
the
good point.
fidget cube. There's like these so.
And I don't even want to think about this because
Do you understand that that is exactly how preschool kids act?
Yeah.
And like 2 seconds later, the same two kids that were beating each other up are like building a castle together. Well, it's not a castle. So it would be a lot of just sort of like quiet for 5 minutes and then just screaming. Jimmy kicked me in the balls.
Who's like your least
I-
favorite age group?
little kids.
Little kids. Well, I don't
favorite
hate little
age.
kids. It's just that they're very loud and it
Like-
hurts me.
I'm okay with babies, right?
Babies aren't all that bad, but like little kids, like preschoolers making podcasts, I would not listen to that.
Because it's like babies, and then it's like toddlers, and it's like 4 to 5, and then it's like 6 to 9.
Hey Ted, believe it or not, the older kids get, the easier it is for you to deal with them.
No, I really hate like 9-year-olds though, because they feel so self-confident.
Ted, aren't you like 9?
No.
Hi, I'm Theo Berklich, and I just am discriminated against for being short. It's a sad
You're not
truth.
just short, you're also very, very scrawny.
Eh.
You're an
I weigh
ass.
90 pounds. I know, I'm an envious bod. I'm also super buff. I like plank every day, 3
No,
times a day.
Ted's like weight per muscle ratio has got to be something.
Weight per muscle. Hey, Bradley, what's your WPM?
RBM?
It's not great.
It's not great.
No. Ted, what's your KDR?
KDR? You want to know my KDR? It's 75%. It's shellshockers.io.
Oh, that's hot as hell.
I have 1,000, I have 1,700 kills. It's
Bradley,
so,
who do I go to for permission to court your brother?
me.
Can I,
I'm strong and independent female.
Ted, can I court you? You have a really good KDR.
Yeah,
Nice,
I'm
let's go.
down.
Alright, after
Nah.
this episode.
This
Um,
guy just got some cheese pizza.
Fucking shit, Ted.
No, we shouldn't tell them what cheese pizza is.
They know they're savvy internet people.
Are you savvy internet people? They probably don't have ears anymore after my ASMR. I know that you're gonna try to turn down the volume for that part. I want you to turn it up.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
So something I wanna sort of gravitate this towards our guests because we've talked a lot about horses, which Ted is somewhat familiar
I
with, but
hate
not.
horses.
Ted doesn't really like them. So one thing that Ted does like is .io games.
Oh, I love .io games.
Ted's a very big .io.
Hi, I'm a .io gamer.
Ted, in fact, will operate on many different Reddits and runs several YouTube channels specifically about .io games when I come home from school after theater practice and such, and choir practice and me singing, trying to get into operas. It's Ted.
Oh, hold on, wait, can I tell them about, like, my good YouTube channel? And, like a quick shout out.
Plug it at the end.
Okay,
We'll do it in housekeeping.
Stay tuned.
But Ted, so my prompt for you is, like, let's all together make the best .io game.
You can't code.
No, that's not how this works. We design it.
We talk about making it. We talk about the concept.
So IO games, if I understand correctly, are very, very simple. They have one goal. A whole bunch of people are in them together at the same time. They run in browser, and you usually control them with, like, where your mouse is on the screen.
Or WASD for the case of shellshockers.io. Or it's actually just shellshockio for those of you who are illiterate and can't pronounce dot in the middle of the URL. No one says, like, com, and, like, no one says, like, www.jimmykimmel.com. Okay? You know those people that say agario and not agar.io?
Okay, see, I said agario. Ow.
Die. Okay.
Did you just throw it?
I did throw my milk carton. Okay. But just, like, for those of you that say agario and stuff like that, just, you wouldn't say agarcom. No one says agarcom. It's .com.
Right, well, this has been Ted's personal PSA on how to pronounce .io games.
So, let's move into this.
And for just so everyone knows, the background on this is Ted's favorite game is the one where you play as eggs.
And shoot.
Alright, continue.
Now, so speaking of shooting, this is where I'm going. So Bradley, you and I had a conversation on what was going to be a good idea episode, but then wasn't. In which we discussed sort of making PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds a real-life AR game experience, and then we cut the AR and it just became you and everyone within a certain radius are all in contest with each other to see who can be the last person with a functioning phone. And you just download the app and it says if your phone is still functioning or not, and then once everyone else's phone is broken, you win. You get your chicken dinner. Maybe you get like a literal chicken dinner mailed to your house or something, you put in your address. That's fun. It's like a $5 app, and everyone pools.
I bet you could run PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, at least the egg version, with like a battle royale.
This is where I'm going. I think a 100-person PUBG.io, PUBG.io type, like, and it wouldn't have to be PUBG branded specifically, but I'm thinking like a Battle Royale IO game, because a lot of them are kind of IO games already. Ted, do you know if this is already a thing?
The closest thing to it would probably... Okay, so there's like a lot of games kind of like this. There's Deep.io, but it's not 3D, it's more like a 2D...
Well, we're discussing 2D games, I think.
Oh, 2D? Yeah, Deep.io, it's already made. It's just, you are like a circle with a little cannon, you shoot other people.
Are they drops, though, and stuff?
Drops?
Well, yeah, like, you have to,
You get XP.
There are drops?
I mean, like, you get rewarded for killing others, and there's, like, a survival game mode
where
people don't respawn.
So here's what we need. Huge open landscape, like 8 kilometer by 8 kilometer equivalent open landscape. Everyone has a little circle that represents them, and a very dumbed down inventory amount, right? So you can have, like... a gun.
Big gun.
A big gun, a sidearm, grenade... And then, like, healing type. Like very, very simple stuff.
Does it have to be, like, when you die, you don't respawn in the same game?
Oh, yeah, no. You would have to respawn in a different game, because the goal would be to be the last person standing.
Okay, yeah, the closest thing to that is probably, like, Deep.io survival mode. Maybe, think here.
Ted,
there were mods to, like, Agar that made it, like, Hunger Games, right? It was called HG. For those of you OGs that, like, remember.
So, Ted, do you play any regular video games that aren't just browser capable?
No.
No? Why?
I mean, I suppose I play, like, put some, gotta get up close for this one. Mobile games.
Okay. Could you be more specific?
I play, like, some of that, like, sweet geometry.
Minecraft
Dash.
Pocket Edition?
No, I don't have $6.
Did you just do a sweet Duke money reference?
No, what do you mean?
Sweet Duke money!
Oh my god, I love just, like, dropping the Duke and just being like, pay up, fatty.
Let me drop
like, No.
Can I drop a rec? Coup. The card game, COUP.
Coop?
No, Coup.
Like chickens.
Yeah, like
Like Cooper.
No.
Cooper.
Coup as in military coup. It's just a good card game. That's where Duke Money is from.
It's a great one.
If you play it, whenever you do the tax action, you have to say,
No.
I'm going to take some of that sweet, sweet Duke money, or some variation of that, maybe a different voice, whatever you want, whatever you're feeling.
As far as I can tell, everyone though who's ever played it has always had some sort of variation on making fun of the Duke. Like, there's always, like, when we played it at camp, I brought it, and eventually, like, it always evolved. Like the third day, someone's like, hand over the Duke.
Oh no, it absolutely evolves. Maybe.
It was always, someone always invented something for it.
Because when I started playing it, I created Duke Money for my group, which was like a 10-person group, and we were rotating out players and stuff. And I did tax once, and I called it Duke Money, and it was hilarious.
And I just have to say, it was the funniest thing I've ever done.
It was the funniest thing I've ever...
I am objectively funny.
The funniest thing I've ever done is a great story, and I should tell that on Good Idea sometime. Actually, there's two things, but there's one is funnier. I should tell those stories at some point in time. So what if we had, can we have a game called DukeMoney.io?
It's just you walk around and like, it's just like Sonic where like you get hit and then you drop like little coins and then...
So it's Sonic. It's Sonic the Hedgehog, but it's a really...
Okay, I'm just gonna say
it's a fat Duke. It's a fat king.
Okay, that is Dr.
There's
Robotnik.
It's a fat bald king. It is Dr. Robotnik.
You need to understand, there's already a .io game Sonic themed. It's called like Uganda Club.io. You're like, okay, so you're Uganda
Someone
Knuckles.
said the Uganda Knuckles meme was racist the other day, and I can't tell if it is or not.
That's like people saying like Pepe is racist. They're
Pepe
a
is
meme.
racist.
The people that say that Pepe is racist are a meme. Pepe is not. You don't touch the memes, okay?
What?
I've had enough of these filthy libs ruining my good memes.
Well, that was a thing that just happened.
Oh my goodness. Welcome to our most controversial Good Idea episode. So, can we invent a .io game that doesn't already exist?
No.
Oh my god, we might. That might actually just be the challenge, is we just can't do it.
Taxes.io.
I'll tell you if there's...
Taxes.io. You do your taxes, but it's an IO game, so it's a very dumbed down, simplified version of doing your taxes. Everyone does them at the same time, first person to finish wins. And then restart, and you get a different set of random... sort of randomly generated income sources and randomly generated like households that you live in and locations, and you sort of have to do different taxes every time. You're in like a different tax bracket one game. Maybe you can walk around and find sort of tax write-offs that you can do.
You leveled up. Children.
Okay, that doesn't exist. I don't think it exists.
I don't think it exists.
I think so.
I mean, it might. There's a lot of .io games. I'm going to tell you that right now.
You donated your Porsche.
What are dark web.io games like?
Dark web?
Yeah.
It's the same as regular .io games, but every time you die, it gives you the option to buy a gun.
Okay, that's good. You know, I'd subscribe to that.
I want to buy a
You can buy a gun or like some really weird pornography. TED.io. What would that game look like, Bradley? What would TED.io be? I kind of like our taxes game.
It's just like you have to like write rules, but in code. So it's just, but everyone can write a
TED.io is
rule.
actually a pretty good game.
So it's just like...
I would play Pretending to be My Little Brother.io. It's sort of like a simulator.
No, you can pick from different TEDs. You can get like Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother.
I have to be constantly playing it, and it's just like you have to guess the real Ted.
Ted Cruz.
Ted
Berklich. Are there any other Teds? Ted Roosevelt.
Ted Bundy.
Thomas Tedison.
Ted, you don't really want Ted Bundy in your Ted game, do
Are you sure?
I think Ted Bundy is absolutely in it. And each Ted has special powers. Ted Bundy can kill the other Teds.
Fucking horrifying.
That seems like OP needs nerf. But then he gets arrested every time he kills one.
And you know what? Ted Bundy in this fiction is a serial killer that kills people named Ted. That's his thing.
Ted Bunder. We kind of actually live near where Ted Bundy operated, which is freaky.
No, we don't. He in the Midwest. Oh boy.
I mean, Northern Illinois, bud.
A photo by Ali El-Jahaj.
RTV is currently on. It's showing nice picturesque locations of underneath a bridge somewhere.
It's an ugly.
That looks like a
bridge.
scene from Adam Sandler's bedtime stories. You know when Adam walks under like the bridge.
Oh, fuck.
when
I'm
it's
gonna
raining,
go ahead and tell you guys
and
real
he
quick.
jumps on the guy, and the water shoots out of his mouth, and then the fish comes out.
That is not a bridge. That is
This scene just looks like that.
That's actually it's what we call a pier.
Are you referring to this or the movie?
I'm referring to this.
Yeah, I think that was a pier also.
That is a pier. Because that's water over there.
Okay, so Adam Sandler's, I think Adam Sandler's bedtimesstories.io is the game. It sort of cycles between different ones of the bedtime stories, and there's a different game for each one. So there's one that's a red Ferrari race. There's one where it's like a space fight with tickle guns.
I made a .io
I think there's
game.
sort of like a gumball rain one where you have to collect the most gumballs.
Ted, you made a .io game?
Yeah, it was entitled James Paul Best Simulator.io 2017, I think.
I'm sorry. You made a video game called JP Best Simulator
No,
27?
it was not called JP Best Simulator 2017. It was called James Paul Best Simulator.io 2017.
Is this a website I can go to?
No, I did it in like a week at like a coding camp, and it sucked.
Can I play it?
It was actually just like the most basic code I could possibly imagine. It was basically like, question number 1. Is James Paul Best the best? And you'd yes or no. If you said no, then you die. Like right away. You say yes, you move on to like question 2.
What about an IO game where the first half of the game is trying to find the error in hundreds of lines of code that makes the game work, and you have to edit it in a text box, and once you hit enter, it lets you actually join the game?
You can already play Quadrilateral Cowboy or whatever that
There's a
was called.
.io game where you have to hack other players.
Quadrilateral
It's
Cowboy?
called
Is
like
that
a
a thing?
source.
That's the one where you play as Ultra Haxer, isn't it? Quadrilateral Cowboy? I don't know exactly.
I don't know, but I feel like I should take us out because we're going really long.
This is a good point. All right, so do you want to, just initiate the ending
I
procedures?
should probably find the document.
Hold on, I gotta give my YouTube channel a quick shout out. Okay, if you guys want 5 easy tips for raising your children, YouTube channel goes by the name of Action Space Hero. You'll know you're looking at the right one because it's black. The logo's black with a little bit of white. Or you can just look up 5 how to raise your kids right, ! 5 tips for effective parenting, and click on the one with the little dude whose head is black but body's white.
Right now, too. Give us a shout out.
I'm actually, sure, Brad and... I don't know, let's just go Aiden and Bubba Gump.
Thanks, Ted.
I've been shouted out. Okay, so.
You've been shouted
here, hold on, I gotta shout it. Aiden!
Okay, so that was Ted Berklich, everybody.
Thanks, Ted.
Thank you, Ted. Our best idea of the episode. Let's do it. What was the best idea of the episode, everybody?
Ted, what do you think it was?
I can't remember anything.
I think it just
liked the
ranged
group
a lot.
Wait, no, yeah, group project.
The group project thing was really good because it was actually creative, actionable solutions. There was something that made me laugh a lot that you said. I can't remember what it was.
Okay, so. So Ted was Bradley's favorite idea. I'm really very into this taxes IO game. I think it would be very fun. I think it would be a good way to teach kids to do their taxes, a good way to fuck off in consumer ed, without, or fuck around, I think. Is fuck off the same thing as that?
No, it's a good way to fuck off
It's a good way to fuck off
I'm only
consumer ed.
7.
I mean,
What do these big
consumer
words
ed-
mean?
Boring. And I could play taxes.io instead and learn all the same skills, sort of, and
But just do it in a nice IO game.
just do it in a nice IO game so I feel like I'm wasting time. I think that's fun. What's everybody's pick of the week? Ted, this is when you sort of recommend a piece of media that you enjoy that is not your YouTube channel. So
I'm
why
a
don't you
big
go
fan
first?
of the Ants Canada YouTube channel.
Okay, the Ants Canada YouTube channel. And what's on there?
Lot of ants. A lot of ants, Aiden.
Awesome, thank you. Bradley?
My pick of the week... shit. I can't think of one right now.
I recommended Coup already. That's my pick of the week. It's a fantastic game. Certainly... I don't know about certainly. It might be the best card game I've ever played. It's a fun game about lying to your friends.
Which we like to do in practice. Not No, we don't
No,
like to
we don't like to do it in practice. We
I
like
fucked
to
that
do
up. We like in theory.
Video and card game.
My pick of the week is my pick of the week is just I'm a big fan of this and I haven't recommended it. I don't think on air. I've probably talked about it, but I like to spend a lot of my time just listening to Terry Pratchett audiobooks, which I download from the Overcast app, and like if I'm just not doing anything useful, it's good. It's a good way to spend time. I really enjoy the author Terry Pratchett. My favorite author is actually dead, yes, and he wrote fantastic, good comedy satire novels. And he died. But his legacy lives on in the Overcast app, where you can download novels and audiobooks for free if you have a library card.
Speaking of the Overcast app, Squarespace is an online website building
We aren't sponsored by Squarespace. Hey, Squarespace, hit us with the money first.
Money first.
Don't plant Ted in here. We need the money, Squarespace.
No, Squarespace is giving me the money.
Ted, we know, and that's why we're not letting this happen. Our Facebook group is Good Idea Podcast.
Use code TED for 15% off G Fuel.
Our Twitter is @GoodIdeaCast, as is our Tumblr and our Instagram. Once again, that is @GoodIdeaCast. Those are all lovely places to send us prompts. We are always looking for more prompts. We love your ideas and we love interacting with you. So please send us prompts there. You can send us prompts or questions or whatever on Gmail. goodideapodcast@gmail.com. If you like the show, share it or give us a review, because people who think the way you do, if you enjoy us, then your friends probably will also enjoy us. I think they'd enjoy it. I think we'd enjoy it. I know we'd enjoy it. I love looking at those numbers and saying like, ooh, we got more this month. Makes me happy.
Wait, what's our most viewed episode of all time again?
It is not TED Talks anymore.
Oh, that's dumb. What episode is it?
Shoot.
Take it down.
Actually, it might be the Ice Cream Stand of the Pinnacle of America.
Really?
I'm not sure.
That was a good journey.
It was a really good journey. I know Annabelle just re-listened to it.
Wow, re-listen to it?
Yeah, apparently we're funnier the second time. Anyway, we have no advertising budget. Sharing it, word of mouth, leaving us reviews and whatnot is the best way for us to grow the show. We are on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Overcast, and Libsyn. You can find us pretty much anywhere you get podcasts, and so can your friends. Thank you very much. We love and appreciate you for listening to our show. And I just want to say one more thing. That was Good Idea. I'm terrified of heights, but damn, they're fun. We're done here.
Ted, are you eating your own hand?